to my studio. I'm Paul Stankard, and I'm here with my dear friend, Burt Wasserman. Burt spent his career as a painter and an educator, and he is now Professor Emeritus at Rowan University. Over the 40-year friendship, Burt has been a wonderful mentor to me. He's challenged me to take the high road, actually, and we're going to discuss the virtues and the ingredients that go into quality.
Paul, the way I would put it is that the pursuit of quality is a decision. It's making a choice. You want something to be better than something that isn't so hot, that isn't so good. You want to make it qualitative. You want to impart quality. You want to impart characteristics to otherwise dull, dead material that makes it come to life aesthetically. There's an art life and there's a natural life. And the art maker, the art worker, takes raw material. There's a push from within, a desire to take that raw material and transform it into something with a life of its own that's better, more alive, more exciting, more meaningful, more rewarding to get close to than it was before it was given that life.
Glass, in my case, is an inert material. And over the course of my creative journey working in glass, I've decided what quality standards that I want to maintain.
That's right.
And it's interesting, Burt, because I believe as a craftsperson, committed to fine quality could and does elevate the object.
You invest that glass with features, with characteristics, with a look, with a feel it didn't have as an inert material.
The marketplace is a distraction.
There are many distractions in the world of all kinds. The market is one of them. And they can tempt us not to focus on the pursuit of quality.
Because of the economics.
Well, they can tempt us not to be honest with ourselves. And if you value honesty, if personal integrity and creative integrity are important in the making of an object that has a capacity to move people, to feel more deeply, to get excited about something, then that becomes paramount and nothing else takes away from it.
Right, and you know, you use the word integrity as a maker. I've often told my students, I want my work to have integrity. And that's an abstract concept. It's not an abstract concept to me, but to my students it may sound a little abstract.
Well, it's both. It's abstract and concrete.
But as a maker, quality, integrity are concrete adjectives.
Yes,
because
yes they are.
It dictates my approach to making things.
And they are the tests the artist applies to the work he or she is doing on really an intellectual level. It's an abstract idea. The pursuit of quality, the pursuit of integrity is not something that you can pick up and hold in your hand. You can hold the glass, you can hold the artwork, you can hold a beautiful piece of sculpture in your hands and look at it. That's physical.
Yeah.
The artist deals with physical issues in designing the work, in applying tests about whether principles of design like balance and harmony and variety and unity are present in the work. That is in the material forming part of the game. The pursuit of integrity takes place on another level. It's not higher, it's not lower, it's a different level. It's a pursuit of honesty in depth, in terms of human feeling, in terms of human consciousness. And it's very personal.
Exactly. Now, as a maker, for 40 years, I've been intimately involved in my material. And I'm trying to articulate what I care about. And I'm using nature as a metaphor. And it's about the life cycle of nature, this and that and the other thing. I know when I get it right.
Because a voice inside of you,
I connect with it.
the further you proceed with your work, the more you go into the unknown and you explore and you search for what does work, what does allow you to say what you're reaching for, what you're trying to take out of your hands and your head and your heart and put into your glass so that it speaks.
It's very complicated, as we know.
But it's part of the mystery of the creative process. That is a very real fact. It's very difficult to define. Again, you can't pick it up. But when you bring the wonder, the questioning, the uncertainty, the honesty that you bring to your work as you approach it, because you don't echo what you've done before.
Let's get underneath that and say that my sense of self-worth is entwined into what I've dedicated my life to do.
One of the values of making an object is to mark the age, the time, the period when the object was made.
And you do that by, I would think you do that by being current. By pulling whatever is around you into your toolkit.
The great cathedrals of Western Europe mark the Middle Ages with such clarity. They speak with such expressive intensity because they are part and parcel of the beliefs, the commitments that people had, that people made during their lifetime.
Speaking for myself, when I look at the stained glass windows, I'm so enlivened with what those craftspeople, those artisans, were able to do with glass.
They lived in a great age of faith. It doesn't exist today. It was a time in the continuity of experience in the Western world when everything came together that resulted in these monumental structures that continue to speak eloquently to us today.
When I use the word getting it right, and the work has to have integrity and quality, spirituality is a primary ingredient into my work.
Paul, there are qualities of feeling invested in the glass that transcend the glass. They have to do with your passion, your determination, your will to bring forms, expressive forms into being that were not here in the world before you imparted those qualities to the glass.
Well said. To get it right is more than just being in the studio, working the material.
But the will to get it right is a concern with value. The process of making art is a value-forming process. The process of looking at art appreciatively, sharing in the vision of the artist, is a value-forming process for the heart and soul, for the intellect of the individual person who treasures your work.
Blending the discipline of making things well with a knowledge of art history, and with being knowledgeable about what you care about, comes together and celebrates artistic maturity. I've often said that my work is my prayer.
You know,
Very, very sweet.
somebody has asked me, a lot of people have asked me, do you believe in God? For me, God is the pursuit of the good. That the inner voice within you helps you define as you proceed from day to day.
Over this conversation, I'm reminded of Walt Whitman and Walt Whitman's journey. He was disciplined and had a tremendous belief in his worth. He was committed to his ideas about how he was going to celebrate his life. We have literally thousands of people who work in glass and are eager to become masters. And I think one of the expectations that I have for this dialogue is that people will get a sense of how complex, but yet how simple it is.
What we hope people will value from this presentation, the point we're driving at, I mean, the ultimate essence of our discussion can be summed up in 3 simple words: pursuit of excellence.
Very sweet.